An Island in the Soup by Mireille Levert. Victor of the Noodle, Grand Knight of the Order of the Macaroni, was bravely battling in the forest when he heard his mother call, "Supper!" There, on the table, sat a bowl of the strangest fish soup, steaming suspiciously. "Eat, Victor," said Mum. He shook his head. "What you are asking is very dangerous, because in that soup, on that crust of bread, there's An island in the soup," exclaimed Mum. "I'd have to cross a bubbling, cheesy swamp full of huge, stinky fish. Look at them jumping. Look at their creepy, pointy teeth." "How awful. Quick," called Mum, and she held out a soup spoon. Victor jumped aboard the boat. "Watch me," said Victor. "I landed on the island and didn't even get my feet wet." "Hooray!" shouted Mom. "You made it!" "But, oops," whispered Victor. "Listen to those eerie, whistling noises." Suddenly, a rain of giant peas and carrots came crashing down on the poor boy. "Help!" he called. "I'm going to be squished." Mom pushed Victor under the table. "Hide, brave knight," she said. "The storm will pass." Poor Victor's legs were trembling. The rain of peas and carrots continued for a while. And then there was silence. "You just escaped that time," sighed Mom. And Victor climbed out from under the table. "No, listen, Mom, can't you hear those leaves rustling? This forest of giant celery is being whipped around by a wild wind. I can barely see. I don't like all these creaks and groans in the dark, Mom. I'm scared." "Be brave, my knight," said Mom, and she handed Victor a lighted candle. As Victor marched forward, he began to feel warm. "Achoo!" he sneezed, and big drops of sweat appeared on his face. "Mom, I'm melting! I'm burning! I'm roasting! Look! Achoo! Oh no! Now it's a pepper dragon! Run, run!" shouted Mom, and Victor took off as though he were on fire. He ran and ran until he reached an open door and dashed through it, slamming it shut behind him. Too late, he realized that he had foolishly entered the castle of Bad Fairy Zoop. "Victor, what have you done?" he heard his mother calling in the distance. "Mom, I'm lost." The words were barely out of his mouth when Bad Fairy Zoop grabbed him. "Ooh, a little boy," she grinned, and she tied him up and started to tickle him. "Eat, little boy. Why don't you eat your fish soup? Naughty thing." Victor shrieked, "Help! Mom! Help! The bad fairy caught me!" "Hold on," called Mom. "My lovely boy, my bunny, my chick." And she flew to Victor's rescue, bellowing, "I'm the queen of the woods." And floating triumphantly over the boiling swamp, she glided easily between the flying peas and carrots. Bing, bang, she dispatched the dragon by pouring water on his fire. The dragon skulked away, whining. Up again, and she was off to Bad Fairy Zoop's castle. As she rushed down the hall, Victor could hear her steps. Zoop was insisting, "Eat, eat, eat your soup, naughty boy." And Victor was turning green. His head was spinning. He could barely whisper, "Mom," as he gulped down the soup. Mom leaped at Zoop. First she tickled her, then she lassoed her. Before Zoop knew what was happening, she was upside down and spinning around. "Watch out, Zoop. From now on, you had better behave," said Mom. And Victor and his mom went behind the castle, where they found a most beautiful garden. A chocolate pool lay surrounded by a marzipan rose hedge, and beside it, under a huge pear tree, was a majestic table where 2 plates of the finest porcelain held 2 large pieces of cake, all ready to eat. On a little place card were gold letters that spelled, "To Prince Victor and his Queen." Suddenly, Victor was starving. He slurped up his soup, which had become cool, and to his amazement, it was better than any soup he had ever eaten.